All right, y'all. Here we go once again. Story time. I like y'all to like, share, subscribe. I need y'all to go through there, do that. Get my followers up. Um, I need 500 to 1,000 followers every single day so I can give y'all this content. So, like I told y'all, and I tell y'all every time, I'm writing a book, and I'm giving y'all real life events of my life. It's actually a memoir of my life. So I'm writing this book, and get from over there. I'm writing this book, and I'm giving y'all this content. So the stories are particularly from the 90s in particular. So most of all these stories I'm gonna tell you is from the 90s, and they're real life events. So all right, here we go. Um, it was the early 90s for sure. Early 90s, I think about 92 to be exact. I was 10 years old. So when we was kids, we used to sneak off to the river. We used to call it the third bridge, and back in the gravel pit and stuff like that, because of where we lived at, we had access to those waterways. Um, okay, so it was me and cousins and friends, brothers. Everybody was brothers. So we're gonna say brothers, but it was cousins and friends and family. So um, in particular, people I can remember, it was me, myself, my cousin Marvin, my cousin Gregory, R.I.P. to both of them. That's another story I have to tell you about. They actually both are not with us now. They transitioned to the other side. Okay, Spuggy was out there. I think Terrell was out there. Fat was out there. Buki was out there. Buki transitioned too. I think Beanie was out there too. He transitioned. Uh, But yeah, okay. Let me just give you those. It was some other people, but that's all I can just think of off the top of my head right now. Okay, so we sneaks off to the river like we always do. It was summer, of course. So we used to sneak off to this river. It was we used to come through the back way. So we used to come through all the woods, and we knew all the pathways from Butler Town all the way to the third bridge and to that river. We didn't go to the gravel pit this particular time to where that waterway meets with the river. We went to the third bridge, which is out on Highway 16 east of Amite. Get back over here. Get back over here right now. Yeah. So we snuck off to the river, and it's like I said, it's east of Amite. We call it the third bridge. It's the Amite River, Tangipahoa River, whatever. We call it the third bridge, whatever. But it's a river. Okay. So snuck off to the river. Okay. We gets there. Boom. I'm 10 years old. I didn't know how to swim. So I used to sneak off with them to the river all the time. We've been doing this, but I didn't know how to swim. So they like, you want to sneak off with us to the river all the time? Motherfucker, you gonna learn how to swim today, goddammit. So I'm like, oh, bro, they go this bullshit. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So they was teaching me how to, dog paddle. So they was teaching me how to dog paddle. They took me in a little water, teaching me how to dog paddle. So I was dog paddling. And remind you, this river was like a beach to us because it had sand, it had the water. We call it basically, that was our beach. We from the country, you did? So that's basically our beach. Okay, so they were teaching me how to dog paddle, boom, 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 swim. Done that for a little while, and I was getting around. I was, I was getting it. I was dog paddling. I was actually swimming. So I kind of did that for a little bit. Then it had the bridge run over the water. So it had a bridge run over Highway 16, and it had water under it. So that was a bridge. We used to be under the bridge, and underneath the bridge, it's a bunch of bricks broken up on each side of it. So what they did was we had a span probably about, I say a good 20 20, 30 foot, far as I can remember now. But I was young. I was 10 years old, so it probably was shorter than that. It probably looked at that big, that far away to me then, because I hadn't even seen that spot in 30-some years. I haven't even seen that area. I couldn't really tell you. It probably don't even look like that now. But it was probably about it wasn't 20 or 30 foot. Couldn't have been. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no way. It probably was about, I say a good 10 foot. 15 at the most. Probably about 10. No, it was more than 10. It was probably 20. Let's go with 20. It was probably about a 20-foot span. Anyway, it was a span across where, and you knew, if anybody know anything about the river, it flows one way. So the water was flowing. So you had to go like up the water to swim across so it can push you. By the time you swim across, it push you directly where you at, just to get straight right there to that spot. So they were swimming across. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody swimming across. Boom, 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 boom. My turn. Boom. I dog paddle. So you mind me, this is a river. Bruh, the drop-off had to be 20, 30 foot drop. Like nothing there. Like it was over 10 foot for sure. It was definitely over 10 foot drop in that, because you wouldn't go out there and stand up in it. You know, and then it got a current now. But anyway, I swim across. I'm dog paddling. Boom, boom, boom. Dog paddling across. Get across. Boom. Everybody hit the water. Boom. Everybody coming back. Swimming back. Everybody swimming back. All right, well, not everybody. I think like 1 or 2 people hit it and came back to the other side. All right, they were like, go, Ben, go, your turn. Boom, hit it. Boom, dog paddling. All of a sudden, my legs just stopped. Boom. I went down. Bruh, all I seen was just daylight. I could see the sun. The daylight was just fading away. Everything just was slow. There wasn't nothing I can do. That was it. I was dead. It was over. Wasn't nothing I can do. I was done. Over. 10 years old. Go down under the water, my legs stop, and I just go straight down, sink. Everything slow down. I see daylight fading away. Everything moving real slow. Then all of a sudden, my cousin Marvin, he jumped in the water and got up under me some kind of way and took the palm of his hand, put it under my foot, and he pushed me out. As soon as he pushed me out, everything sped back up. Like, all right, Marvin he put a palm of his hand under my foot and he pushed me out. Everything sped back up. So I'm swimming. I get up out of there. Man, I was like, bruh, wow. So, but when he put his hand under my foot and pushed me up to get out of there, I almost drowned him. Let's not forget. So my brother saved me. Marvin saved me from drowning that day. I actually did die because it was over. It was nothing I can do. It was totally out of my control at that moment. I was done. And yeah, that's my story time. And I want y'all to like, share, subscribe so I can keep giving y'all this content. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And hope to see y'all on the next one. So I need 500 subscribers, 500 followers, and thousands and millions and billions of likes and hashtags, whatever, to get me up on this TikTok platform. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is my story time, your number one story time guy. This is a memoir. Love.